I've got the toilet paper. We don't have tissue in this house. I'm the classy hoe. I'm gonna use the TP. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm a Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I usually buy and review affordable, inexpensive makeup. I do reviews, tutorials, and sometimes some bougie makeup too. So today's video is a little different. So I'm doing one of my I followed a certain person's tutorial, and I just saw this video today. So I'm filming this on Friday, on the July 10th. Goss, one of the best people on YouTube, just came up with a video about contouring for skin over 40 years old. So I'm over 40 years old and I'm going to be using this tutorial. So if you guys interested to see how it goes, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring notification bell so YouTube notifies you every time I upload. Upload on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays at 11 AM Pacific time. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it and leave me a comment. Let's get right into this video. So before I get into this tutorial, I just wanted to say a few words. So this is a video following tutorial Goss. If you don't know who Goss is, you gotta go and find out. He's a real makeup artist pro, and he got about 3.8 million subscribers or so. And this video is called Over 40. Stop contouring like a YouTuber. That's what it says. So, you know, it spoke to me. I'm over 40, he's over 40, and he has very real techniques, very realistic, lifelike, nothing like crazy and too fake looking. I love that. I love that he, like, his techniques agree with me. I like Robert Welsh as well. I love their styles. And actually, Goss is the most genuine, kind, and person. Like, I don't have words to describe him. He is a real deal on YouTube. Go check him out. He actually made a video about a recent YouTuber drama, and what he said, it just makes so much sense. There's so much kindness and wisdom in his statement about, you know, generally the cancel culture and forgiveness. I just loved everything he said and agree with him. So I'm gonna link his video of, you know, the contouring YouTuber video in my description box. If you're interested, you can also find the other video on his channel. I mean, he's amazing. So we're gonna be doing this look, not the eye look. The eye like look is from another video, but it's all about the face, the contouring, the highlight, the foundation, and the powders on top. So I'm gonna be following almost exactly to the T. So let's get into it. So I got no makeup on, just a primer. He didn't use primer in his video, Goss, he didn't. But I do want to use this. Sensational. It's one of my favorite primers by Cat Rice. Alright. So what he did in this video is how to contour skin for over 40, I guess 40-year-old. And I figured he's 42, I'm 45, so let's see how this method works. A lot of the things he did kind of make me nervous, like using foundation under eyes. And look, isn't that a big no-no for makeup artists? Wait, hello. But, you know, we'll improvise. So he's using light concealer to highlight the areas that's highlighted. I don't really use this concealer, Juvia's Blaze, because it's way too light usually, so I'm gonna use it for this purpose. I don't think he uses the applicator because his concealer, it's a palette, it's like a small palette, but I'm gonna use applicator since I have it. So he uses this here, nose, and then he goes inside and he draws a line here. And I believe he does the outside too, like this, to lift this areas up. Yeah, on camera it looks like literally white, but it's a really light color. And I think he used a little bit here. I don't know why he used it here. I wouldn't put the concealer here. I like to put darker area here too, but he doesn't like the lips contoured for some reason, the way the Scott Barnes did. I guess he doesn't like that, but I mean, we'll see. So he used a small brush to blend it out. I was just watching his video because I got this step. And just a little bit. I think I overdid on my nose, but anyway. I think I overdid in general, as usual. I mean, don't we all overdo the highlighter and the concealer? So then he uses his fingers to blend it out. So I guess I'm gonna do that. So shear it out with the fingers. I kind of like this because I love doing blending with fingers. There's nothing like fingers to blend out your concealer. No sponge and no brush is going to do what your fingers can do. Skin and skin is the best blending. And I think I applied way too much. So he did a remaining concealer over his lids. I'm gonna do the same thing because I'm planning to do the eye look after this. And usually I use primer, but might as well just use this concealer. I realize I look a little white on camera. I'm just looking right now on the screen like so I'm adding contour. So for the contour, he started with a small brush. I'm using Jessup brush. This is Cream Shader 233. I have used this brush for the eyeshadow, but now I'm using it for its purpose. So he says you don't contour your forehead if you have 2-finger height to your forehead, to your hairline, right? And then he says you contour when you have 3 fingers. Definitely contour when you 4 fingers. And when you have 5 fingers, you've got a problem. I think I've got a problem. I've got a 6 head, I'm telling you. It's not a 4 head, it's not a 5 head, it's a 6 head. Yeah. Definitely need contour here. So I'm using e.l.f. Concealer. I mean, yeah, it is concealer. A hydrating concealer in color Deep Cinnamon. So just the only thing I have for cream contour, because I normally don't like cream contour. So he went like this, and he went down to kind of thin out his face. I don't like that. It's good for men, but for women, we like rounded cheeks. So I kind of round it up and bring it in. Just like that. And the nose contour, he went in and he went into the eyebrow. He says, so nothing is floating. I'm not into that, like the eyebrow thing, but we're going to follow this as much as possible. Let's see. I will put a little bit here because I want my lips to look a little snatched. He doesn't like it, but I do, so I'm just gonna add a little bit here. I don't know if it does anything, but I actually like this technique from Scott Barnes. So excuse me, Wayne Goss, I am doing this. So what he does next, uses his fingers, kind of shear it out. And let's see. Yeah, this is very dark contour. So I guess it's the same kind of principle like Scott Barnes did with Tati. But with Tati, he did like a J-Lo makeup on stage. And this is supposed to be good for a regular life. I did a little bit of my jawline because he has beard. So he doesn't do anything with his jawline, clearly. But I'm gonna do it because I can. Blending a contour with your fingers feels a little bit weird, but I'm fingering myself everywhere. So I've got the sponge and I've got the toilet paper. We don't have tissue in this house. I'm a classy hoe. I'm gonna use the TP. So the idea is to get rid of the excess product and the excess oils, as if there is any oils here. So I'm gonna go over everything. So you see, there's a little excess here. And now I'm gonna go to the light areas, do the same. So I did end up blending my nose with my finger. I just watched this video and I used the same tissue and the sponge, and the tissue is destroyed. As you can see, some things came off, so I guess it's working. So now for the foundation, I want to use something really blendable and creamy because he says you don't need a lot of coverage since we created this already. So I'm using this CC Perfecting foundation from Revolution Pro. It's a real nice one. It's F8. Alright, so he's using stippling brush. So I'm going to use this Revolution Pro stippling brush. I usually don't like brushes because I leave streaks. I hate brushes. But I'm going to have a leap of faith. I'm going to use this brush, put this in the foundation, and just stipple over. Like it says, do not do the blending thing, so sweeping, just stipple over. So leap of faith. Okay, let's do this. To be fair, I'm not using the same kind of products because he used like almost oil kind of paint, oil paint type of concealer. It was like a contour palette or something he used. I think his product was way more oily, but it's working, I think. I'm not doing anything on the nose yet like he did. He did something different with the nose. This foundation, the CC cream, it's very high coverage. I don't like what I see though because it does leave streak marks, so I might have to go with the beauty blender a little bit over it because it's just not looking great. Look at that. See that? There's a lot of marks here of the brush. So I think I'm gonna have to go with a beauty blender over it. So what he did is went over his eyes, his eyelid, and over his under eyes with this. I don't know why he's using foundation. Really don't like to use foundation. And I'm not putting anything else on my lids because I want to do the eyeshadow look. I'm doing another video. So if I'm doing the eyeshadow look and then it's all kind of cream and products on my lids, it's not gonna look good. Alright, I am going to use a sponge. This Henry sponge. It's clean, it's slightly damp. I used it yesterday. So I just need to use it over because right now it's really texturized. I don't know what kind of brush to use. Maybe his brush, most likely, is better than mine. My brush just doesn't do it. So what he did with the nose is brush up instead of down. And this is the same thing that Scott Barnes did. So you don't want to destroy the nose contour, so you kind of brush up. So what I ended up doing, added a little bit of e.l.f. Camo Concealer under my eyes instead of using more foundation because I feel like I don't want to add product on top of product. I just like lightly conceal a little more. And he said you can add a little lighter concealer if you feel like you need brightness, so that's what I did. So using the same method again, sponge and the toilet paper or tissue if you're a little more classy than I am. I feel like it does pick up product, the extra product. So maybe something about it. See? It does have that product. So I almost feel like this kind of technique almost sets your face because it takes all the oil out. I wonder if it could just get away. Probably not. My face still feels very warm, like I'm not moist, you don't like that word, but it still feels tacky. So it still needs setting. So I just wanted to show you. So that's the tissue, what came off, and another piece of tissue. So clearly I took the excess off, so that works. So now I'm setting with Maybelline. And that's Maybelline Fit Me in the color Tan, Fair Light. I chose that color because it's clear, almost translucent. I'm using Tati Beauty. He used similar thing, like a sponge to set, so I'm just gonna go with it and set everywhere. He set his eyelids too, but I'm not doing it because I like my eyeshadow on a tacky base, so I'm just gonna use leave the concealer alone. Okay, so all makeup set, then he used a large brush to knock off extra powder. I don't feel like I'm over powdered, but let's just follow the steps and pretend like I have extra powder. Because I don't feel like I do, but we'll see. So then he said, now that we set the face, now we can bake. I don't bake usually, I'm not into it, but since he did, I'm gonna use the same, I don't remember what you used to bake. I'm gonna use the same sponge and I'm going to use something I have here. Oh, this one is good for baking. So this is coconut satin powder by Seattle. Is it Seattle, London? Yeah. This was from BoxyCharm, Seattle, London. It's really bright. It's not white, but it's like very bright. It's supposed to be translucent. So I guess I can bake with it. I'm really, really conscious about baking. It really makes the under eyes horrible. But he says if you set your under eyes, it should be clinging to them, right? So let's see. I'm gonna use the same Tati Beauty blendable. And I'm gonna go on the sides of my nose because you want snatched nose. So then he wiped it off like immediately almost. So I guess I'm gonna do the same thing because I really do not want to let this sit under my eyes unnecessarily. So I'm using the same big brush. Wipe it off. Okay, so all set, the bacon is removed. So now I'm going to, he did the bronzer, the blush, and the highlighter in that order. And he kind of like loosely put the bronzer on. He didn't really use any contour, like a cool contour. I don't mind that because I like bronzer. So I'm gonna use the CYO, which is very nice color. It's like warm, but not too warm. It's called When the Sun Don't Shine, medium. So use that big fluffy brush. So he just went over the same areas. So for the blush, I'm going to use CYO blush. This is Just Saying. It says Just Saying. And kind of next pinkish blush using my blush brush, Morphe. And let's see, he went on the angle. I always do my blush on the angle. A little on the bridge of the nose. I hate doing that, but oh well. I'm not a huge blush fanatic. So for the highlighter, I'm using a throwback highlighter. He used the highlighter, he said, in the same kind of color family with the blush. So I'm using pinkish highlighter from Wet n Wild. You can tell how old it is. It's kind of broken. That's highlighter powder Blossom Glow in 319B. I think it's supposed to be very blinding. I haven't used it in a while. Yeah, it's real nice. So on the angle, kind of mixing with the blush. Okay, I think this is all done, the base. What I did off camera is eyebrows, obviously. When you watch my video, you'll see they appear magically. So I did do eyebrows with XX Revolution pencil, XX Thin Brow. So I like this one's very thin. And I did a little bit of highlight on my brow bone, the same one, because the eyeshadow palette I'm about to film, I think that doesn't have like a light tone, so whatever. So this is it. So let me move you in. Well, I'm gonna come back and show you the final look so you can see. But this is the skin. So what I noticed is my eyelids, my under eyes, a little dry. So I think it's the bacon. Although he says when you set your under eyes, the bacon shouldn't really dry them, but powder is powder. And I don't bake for a reason, so I'll need to like spray myself, or I'll use Jaclyn Hill method, and I'll use some oil on the sponge probably. It does work. It's an odd way, but it does. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it like this. So in a second, I'm going to come back with a full makeup and we'll evaluate the things. I might have to spray myself with moisturizing spray because I feel like I'm very dry. So this method's supposed to make your makeup last all day. So that's why he blotted with a tissue. So I see the method. And the skin does look smooth, so I like it. Except for the under eyes, I love everything. So I think there's something about it. I really like the way my skin looks. So this is a finished look. I already showed you my skin, but I finished my makeup. This is a makeup look from the video of review of AliExpress palette, Beauty Glaze palette. But I'm not sure if you're gonna see this review before the skin video, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So let me show you again what the skin looks like. It's been like an hour or so. I've been filming another video, or even longer than an hour. So that's what it looks like. I'm very happy. I did not even spray with a setting spray or like moisturizing spray, and it still looks good. The forehead looks really smooth. The skin around my mouth looks real smooth. except for the glitter, but it's my own fault. I mean, I put glitter everywhere. Of course, I saw glitter, I could not stop myself. I put glitter on my lips too, if you can tell. Um, yeah, so everywhere looks good. I think I like his idea of wiping off with a little sponge and tissue. That made a difference. It made a difference in the way that you have all this excess product. I mean, I like cake face too, but the thing is, when you pile on the foundation, it looks nice when you just put it on, and it's very satisfying to see that blank canvas. But the problem is when you start to add contour, highlight, bronzer, powders, setting sprays, everything on, it becomes a little more, the texture is a little thick. So any smile lines, when you smile or eat, it's gonna fall in. But I have a feeling the way he did it, it's not gonna do it as much, because every step I took and he took with creams, we wiped it, I mean we pat it with a tissue and a sponge. So I think that step takes every excess off and oils off, and I think that's what makes difference. So it's been a couple of hours, except for the few specks of glitter on my face. I love the look. So let me know what you guys think. Have you seen the video? Now you have a chance to watch it. I'm gonna put a card up for his video as well, so you can look at the card and you can look at the description box. I love Wayne Goss. I love his methods. I love him as a person. He comes very genuine. Just a real great guy. So check him out, check me out, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 AM Pacific time. So give this video a thumbs up, it helps me, and leave me a comment, let's talk. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching. Bye!